make that fade a little bit longer.
Alright, so...
Oh!
This
I know why it looks...
We don't want there to be...
I made the mesh invisible.
It's supposed to be like...
So, yeah, that fade's not... It doesn't exist at all. Huh. I wonder why that's drawing on top of the camera lines even though it's behind it. Whoa.
It's not
That's
good
kind of
to
terrifying.
have enemies to fight there. So your places fight
Monaco is...
from...
Yeah. That's my game. This is not Monaco, obviously.
If you're riding in a train and then just saw nothing but blackness and clouds,
What's obnoxious?
it'd be a little disconcerting.
Apple and...
Okay, so now we've got...
Sure, they will show how Windows is cut.
That's the rooftop of those two, and then we're
so
going to
that field of view is actually not very good because you don't get very good view of trees and such. So I'll switch back to 90.
Because they have a strategy of creating software.
Move that a little closer.
Does not create software or devices. They interrupt the work.
No, there was a team of people
Lose
that
some of the
made it.
details.
I was the lead programmer, designer.
I guess I can just force perspective and stuff on the mesh itself to get whatever details I want in view.
At the start of the project, I was the only one. It was just at the very start of the project, and then I once it started to get attention, I staffed up a team. So I don't want to take credit for the whole game. Is Monaco
kind of
primarily
boring
associated with me? Sure.
And very difficult to even see what's going on.
So we have some sort of castle-esque structure here.
Why is it so difficult to make things look good? Always such a challenge.
I am so mad. Yes,
I guess because this polygon is so large.
I want to make things with more.
On average, this point is further back in the camera Z than those trees, so they start growing on top. Interesting.
Maybe everyone sees it.
Yeah, so camera shake would probably be good.
100%.
Alrighty.
If there's any shake built in, I could just probably have to
none of that is
procedurally add something like that.
Do this at staircases.
Or I guess I can just do it in the animation.
I'm not the right kind of guy to know anything about
I guess
fancy
I
boards.
technically have to make the train shake because the train is attached to the camera.
Doesn't feel as interconnected as I want it to be.
Not only what's this.
But
I will say,
could definitely do something like that.
Why this computer is so fast? Good question. Faster than mine.
Let's go back into our transition script.
we could put a door back here.
Yes, I like
A door there. Let you get around via the shelf.
Oh my gosh, what's this?
whole kind of southern structure, well, it all kind of ends up here,
I'm
right?
loving removing this.
Yeah, maybe if there was some light inside of it, that would help.
For a month, some properly.
Get a little more shape to the inside.
Proteção contra ransomware incluída. Não,
So those two are connected.
So what I want to do here is tell it to not
do I
do the
use
process.
Steam Updater? Do it.
But I can't remember how to do that.
Am I using their paid service?
Yeah, I'd prefer it if it were like these two were
I
connected.
think I'm going to create my own Steam Updater because of the years they don't offer a good application.
Let's see.
They're updated every year.
Set process. That's what I need. So
No.
set process false.
Okay.
So we're not gonna call process until we start playing the
Those two are
transition. So we're
connected.
not wasting cycles on that. True as a parameter. Can't
Now you can
do
go
things
around to
properly.
there.
Super Saiyan has arrived. Must be a real big deal.
From this floor, what's actually connected? Let's see. Yes, you can go to there, and there will be a staircase to there.
Nani?
Better the other way. Those two are
Just
connected
for
there.
1 year, I would get a
All
good
connected
create
there.
a soft to
From
update
here-
using my DNS.
Yeah, I guess it's fine.
Oh my gosh. The rely
Okay.
effect
So,
that most
During the process, we're going to accumulate time, and then
Oh, I see what's.
maybe between
What
I'm
we
going
want
to
is
set
that
the train mesh dot
standard rooftop.
transform dot
they
Why?
get the money.
We ought to have
Maybe
some sort of
released
walking path in there.
working version. Look, see, then
So
when they
save the
release
original
it, they
transform.
release like
There we go. Okay.
like, does not make any difference. Until they learn to run it.
And then we'll take our train mesh dot transform
Alrighty.
dot origin equals train mesh
I think we
transform
probably do want to expose the shelf here a little bit.
dot origin.
So that we can
We're just gonna do a simple sine function. Transition time 0.01.
do that.
Alright, I'm just gonna do train mesh start transform. Doesn't know what that is, so
Alrighty. So those two are connected now. So you can get all the way along the shelf edge on this floor. eventually make your way up to here.
The problem with iPhone, if you buy phone, you want to buy everything else from Apple. If Apple releases a car, you need to buy the car from Apple. And it won't be compatible with any other car.
And that's how you get into the castle. Okay, good. Castle. Alright, lots of ways to go.
Any terrorist
That's cool.
say.
So I want the transform relative to the camera, not the global transform.
Yeah. Working together.
Nick, I gotta go too. So I think it is time for me to find someone to raid. I'll see you tomorrow.
Do you know what's
Thanks for coming.
best for the world? As any good.
Been an interesting day for sure.
Okay, so that should.
Any 4-year-old would.
There we go.
That has gone to
That's
school.
not too bad.
Now
So that adds a little slow motion, and then we need a
people
bit of a higher
like
frequency on top of that.
I can't wait to be able to populate it with traps and lighting and monsters and
religion.
decoration.
So
Blank.
do like 15.
It's gonna get nuts.
Something like this.
I haven't even done the caverns or the moss fields yet.
Things that
Almost
are a
done
bit more imperfect.
Maybe
with
not an even multiple time like that.
Shelf. So today, what did I do? I did the platforms, the scaffolding, the shelf, the structure of the shelf.
Like 21.
I moved the shelf in.
7. Some
Thanks.
weird
Built
frequencies.
out, we changed the shape of this. We built our
there
staircases
are
for the
still
most part up
flies.
into the skull.
Oh my gosh.
Wonder what would make it all go faster.
Flyers.
I got
Why
something I
are
gotta
the
keep in mind,
trees
you know?
out there are flying?
Just put a comment on here that these numbers don't actually mean anything. It's just
Because
random
something
guesses to what
has
might
not
make some
looked
just
so good,
decent noise.
Shoveling in my mouth.
a lot of software development kits. I just
But I
need the
will say it's
later
nice,
one.
complicated.
Easy spice mix. Yeah. Thanks for the bits and the suggestions.
I think it's gonna be a lot of fun.
So now we got to do something like this for X
Definitely is like a full
as
week
well.
to do.
Maybe not quite as much
space.
motion.
I'm 2 days in.
And we also want to like offset this a bit.
I'm 2 days in. It's gonna be another day probably to
Do 6.9. Nice.
maybe a whole another day to do the rest of the structure. I'm not sure. I'd say at least half a day to do the rest of the structure. And then I need to start thinking about. It might be worth doing like signage next. Taking a break from level design and building out a signage system so that I can really give a sense of place to all this stuff.
Heck it in for now? Yeah. Exactly. It's fake noise. I just realized that
It's really cool though.
That mesh.
Dude, 50 bits. Sick.
Captain Bits, thank you so much for the bits.
Guess I'm sick too.
This needs to actually be in front of the train, because otherwise, it looks like the the world outside of the train turns dark. But I actually wanted that to be like a transition. Fading the whole thing out. Like that. Maybe the fade should be a little bit slower. Excuse me.
Yeah, true. Very true.
Definitely need
This
a more appropriate
thing.
background for that.
Out this shelf a little bit.
It's just like the section that shows up on there is just like showing barren chunks of missing trees and stuff.
Well, no.
You just got here and you're already impressed? Well, it's been in work for a while. It's been in
Configured.
the works for a while.
Almost
Is that
good.
proper English? I don't know.
The
So,
more
yeah, I think
white load
coming up on
would
8
want
months of development here.
to Let's create a pink white.
Just working on a little transition. You're going to get into a train to go between levels. So,
Chip to
trying to make that look a little better. Oh, thank you.
a whiter wall.
So, yeah, maybe I need...
Of acrylic plastic. I'm so
I'm going to... Huh.
Okay.
Oh, thanks for the follow as well. Felipe Bueno, 42.
Let's give them more time. A bit more time. If they recover from their sins, I didn't believe it, Jesus. They should believe in truth.
Sorry. I know I said
Why
I was
the
about to quit,
camera
but
field of
But
these
they
is so
will
zoomed
I'm
in?
on this shelf.
Are
Going on this mountain.
the sad people will reach
So
out.
it gets over here, and it feels like it's like zoomed way in on this background. And really what I want is a view more like this. Maybe the background is just too close. But I do need to make a background specifically for this. Probably need to get rid of all the sound emitters and stuff because those are a little bit problematic. I'm gonna duplicate
look at
this.
that. That's trashed.
Background
I
start.
scared
Certainly
from
unintentional.
Keeper.
Train
System
I
transition.
think we're okay to just
XTC, XTC,
And
69, oh my god. So about giving and having fun.
this is not close.
It's a pleasure for me, but to what
didn't name it properly. Okay.
Oh wait. Oh what?
Oh no, it's not.
That too?
Is this computer that's slow?
So I'm gonna try to position this about where the other one
What
was,
the fuck is this?
which proved more difficult than I thought. Leshpong! Thank you for the follow. Okay, that should be close enough.
Okay.
I'll delete this.
Snapped.
And now we can edit this to our heart's
This
content.
Windows 10
Okay.
driver
Yeah, time for us to raid someone.
First thing I
don't
want to do, delete these sound emitters. Because we've got our train sounds.
This one. Jesus,
Another one hiding there behind the trees.
What is OCRP development?
I will bet to the Mama will tell me if my sister complains that this piece.
So we got some gaps in here because originally this was kind of where the train was.
Some people may be good at doing harder devices, but not doing soft.
Weird bald areas.
They ask, for example, a guy from India that has beautiful sights in the country, especially technological, to create such a piece of comforting so
this big barren area here, which is weird. Anonymous Pocket Watch, thank you so much for the raid.
Which match?
There's only one anonymous I know that brings in viewers like that.
Even didn't match
Pocket Watch.
The Chinese.
Guess that means my time has come.
American design kitchen
Today.
Does match the kitchen.
Today we're working on level transitions.
Low resolution.
So, this is just a test map, so there's no train there. But the train is what transitions us between levels, at least in the beginning. So I'm working on making that transition happen. I think maybe part of the reason that's looking so bad is the far clipping plane is clipping off some of that distant stuff. I'm losing the sky and some other stuff.
Pocket watch has gone.
So. But anyway, how was your stream?
Very bad. Because
Make any cool progress today?
Well,
Killer! Awesome. Glad to hear that.
I could not wait him to speak.
Alright. It's really kind of a bad scenario. I've got the near clipping plane as 0.1, and I'm going to make the far clipping plane like maybe 1,000 or something like that. Let's see if that works better. Just doing level design? Yeah, I need to do more level design. That's okay. That fills in a little better. Part of my background was just getting cut off at a certain distance. That's why it looked a little barren. Another thing we need to add to the scene is the new tree that I made the other day. Nice big wide tree. It's a nice looking tree, I think. Starting to get the technique down. It just takes a long time to make these trees. We'll throw a couple of these in different places. Fortunately, you're moving by them quickly, so not easy to tell if there's duplicates. Oops. Did not mean to move that. Like 3 of these in a row. It's kind of obvious. It is probably, until I made this one, my next, or my best looking tree, so I use it a lot, but need more variation in here. And this whole back area is kind of meh. I think I'm going to do something really quickly to make it easier for me to line these trees up. Just modify my shader. Red Jam, thank you for the follow. No, they're all pretty and colorful, and it's easier to see if they're intersecting the geometry or not. The geometry. I need a cluster, 3 cluster. They're better for the slopes. Need to work my way forward. Oops. Not mean to rotate there. Hey, Stinglewinks. It's the second time we've heard that hello today. Somebody triggered it with a random sound. It shouldn't be the ringtone, it should just be the way you answer the phone whenever somebody calls you. It's like the post ringtone. Is that what the fancy kids are calling it these days? I'm glad you like it. Doing well. Yeah, this all needs to be moved forward a little bit, so I found it's better to put stuff forward of the top of the hill instead of like right at the top of the hill. Because it's right at the top of the hill, you kind of see the hill and it looks weird. It's like I have the opposite of the problem I have in Blender. Blender, it's like I try to click on something else and I always end up clicking on the widgets because the hit collision is so big. Here, I try to move something and I end up clicking on the terrain or something else. Not for much. You can like get a follow back on Twitch. Oops, this was not even what I wanted to copy. Oh well.
08, 03, 389 sold reviews,
I clicked on one of these.
999. This, is there a reason why you're not $1 already? And is there a reason why you're not working? H2 times C50. Oh, we're, you're doing the wrong one. So yeah, you're doing D40. You're supposed to be doing D's, guys. Whew. Cha-ching! Obviously, if we're not using that as like this is the figure it made,
and I liked
but
it, and I just decided to roll
yeah,
with it.
we're gonna call that successful.
Kind of long and short of it. Or, I mean, I guess maybe just the short of it.
Assuming I can pull it off. I don't think I can pull it off, really, but
I was looking for something kind of lightweight.
we would call that successful.
Unreal and Unity have been around for a
Continuing,
while. They've
a few...
accumulated a good bit of baggage. So, I just wanted
Where was I
something...
going with that? The player did not need to stop in pits
nice and
to
simple,
benefit
but I didn't
from
want
a
to
fully
like
restored
write
car,
my own
both in
engine
terms
from
of
scratch.
damage and nitro boost.
So I found
A
this, and
few
it seemed to be a pretty good compromise.
cracks.
And I was actually pleasantly
Did
surprised
have
with the
lanes, pit
What
spots,
did you force experience later?
lane slash
general
spots
quality of it.
that were more challenging
Like,
to enter
pretty solid piece of software.
slash required
Ah, this one is what
slowing
makes noise.
down
Would not make
slightly.
these background trees quite scale.
I
Okay.
think they know what's a good font. Maybe.
Just scale this down so it looks like it matches a little better.
Cones, other objects, dynamic cones. And other objects.
Okay, hopefully that should make it look a little more filled in.
Really
Less
added to
barren,
the
fewer bald spots in your
track experience.
grab
Oh,
some
for
yes,
this
I like the physics.
bring them
particular
over
title.
here.
I think was done in a very
Seeing this
smart manner
seems
from development
not so good or not so bad.
perspective, as each
Not so bad
item
is not good, not so
slowed
bad.
the car that contacted it.
Okay, let's see how that looks.
For a few
Oh, right.
moments.
I want to change the shader back to normal.
before retaining,
I see you creeping up on
before
Medical Zombie, thank you for the follow.
allowing top speed
Does that mean you can treat yourself
to be resumed.
to brains?
If that makes any sense.
Alright.
Well, not realistic.
Hmm.
It did not feel bad.
I am so mad. I am so mad.
Did not feel bad.
Healing hurts zombies.
Though is clearly
You know what else hurts zombies? Saying mean things to them.
a shortcut.
They may not be very smart,
Developing.
but they don't like it when you point that out.
Instead of having the object
Hmm.
mass fit
This is amazing.
the car.
It looks like the tops of the trees are cut off. I don't know if that's just me.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
I'm liking this new grammar thing. That's
Don't
really
respond.
showing me
Something
how
not
bad
right
my
there.
grammar is. What else did we learn? What we did the core.
Video with that.
We already mentioned the long-term loop and the core loop.
Strippers.
Oh, one thing I didn't like.
There's a lot of long can see the
You know what? Before we say we didn't like that, let's
Just-
give it one last shot here, real quick. Let's
Well,
open it
Chris
back up and
said,
play a different mode because maybe that's the mode that you unlock colors in.
The parallax shader is going bonkers there.
Bang Bang Racing play now. What? Well, why? What?
Yeah,
First
but
time
it's
setup?
not.
What do you mean first
doesn't
time
look
setup?
right.
So all we
No,
had
Tips of the tree shouldn't be cut off
Son
like
of a
that.
gun.
was
We
not
stretched across
based
3
on
screens again.
facts.
And we're gonna do the aspect ratio stretch. Oop, we didn't. It fixed itself. Why was it trying to pretend first time setup? Clearly it freaked me out when it didn't need
Doesn't seem
to.
like that's happening normally.
The game will automatically save. Do not turn off your machine when you see the icon below. Okay,
Curious
so I
why
didn't
it's
play in
happening there.
championships.
Like these,
Compete in 4
It's
championships.
basically the
General
same background I've got going on here,
Win Apex World Trophy.
but it
I'm
looks
wondering-
different.
ooh, we could
It's just the
Not
perspective.
change our colors yet.
Do I have a tilt on my camera?
I haven't driven this car yet. Let's go drive it.
No rotation on it.
I was hitting the wrong button for gas there. Whoops. We'll get there. Zoom zoom. Ooh. Zoom zoom.
I did move the background down lower. Maybe that.
Gotta regenerate some of the nitrous here. Oh.
This looks fine. What the FOV on the regular camera is.
Oops, we hit that thing, didn't we? That ain't good. Crap, we don't need a... We need more nitrous. Hit, go. Final lap. Oh dear, oh dear.
Bless you.
Ah, we hit it too.
Hi. How's it going? Trees? Is that how you pronounce that? Tress, not trees. I had trees on the brain because I've worked on trees.
Ooh. I win. Do we get any colors?
Not bad.
The scrolling text says that you need to unlock the colors, right? Sumi, you're so
Must be like
smart. It
Eva.
probably does.
Oh. Oh, right. I remember.
It probably does.
Your voice actress.
Also, why?
Right? Right? Gosh. It's been a while. Let's see, where's my platformer camera here? There it is. FOV resting is 40. Interesting. Yep, I am doing everything for this game right now. Sound, music, programming, animation, 3D art assets, 2D art assets. You new to the ca2 engine? Ah. I'm kind of full-time on this project. But perhaps some of the viewers out there might be able to collab with you? Oh, thank you. Huh. So, yeah, maybe the large FOV is what's messing with this. It's making the, try to make the FOV smaller, but it just didn't look right. But maybe that is what I need to do. Maybe I should make the FOV smaller and move the camera way back. Or move the background way back, one of the two. I'm gonna add a 3D dragon model. I'm sure it's possible. Just gotta make a 3D dragon. Small gap in trees there, but that's probably okay. Okay, so, yes, let's try. Let's bring this... That's not 40. Oh, numlock is off. I was like, I swear I hit 4-0. Okay, so that's a preview. Maybe a little bit high. Actually, I'm curious. If I put that at 90 and then do a preview. The trees are still not messed up, though. That's the thing. Like, I don't understand what's causing the weird parallax thing. Because this looks fine. Well, whatever. Whatever. Let's put that at 40. Let's just see what it looks like. See if the trees are still messed up. So if the trees are still messed up, then it's some other issue. Yeah, it's like zoomed way, way in. Something's not right. That does not look like the preview. Look how far that... Like, zoomed so far into the background there. I'm rather confused as to what's going on. Unless I'm doing something funky like animating the field of view. Now the animation's only got the translation of the camera. What's going on? I don't understand. Train's moving too fast, camera's getting whiplash. I mean, I could try doing something where the train basically stays still here for a second and see what that looks like. zoomed in so far. I wonder... I wonder if there's some funky thing going on. Where it's like... combining the field of view with the base camera and this camera? It shouldn't. When I go to the preview, it looks like that, which is very different from what it looked like here. This is like super zoomed in. All the trees in the background. It's almost like it went to ortho view. What if I switched orthogonal? No? I can't even like repro it. Like what field of view is this even using? What okay, so that's with it fixed in that position. Whatever field of view it's doing is like completely screwing with my parallax shader and causing the stuff to parallax off the edge of the polygons, which is bad. I don't quite understand what's going on there. So even if I... Well, no, I guess that is about... Yeah, it's like the field of view is like... 13 or something. I don't know. It's definitely not 40. It should be out here. So I set it to like 12 to zoom in even more. Yeah, what in the world? Something is scaling the FOV. It's like, do I need to make it really large to make it look normal? That's not right. That shouldn't be how that works. Is there something funky with the transform? It's just got a translation set on it. Looks normal. Translation on this one. It's the fact that I've got this whole transition offset down causing it to behave strangely, I wonder? But it's already transitioned down, so I don't know. Basically, I put it super far down so that any of the existing level geometry won't conflict with it. It's just guess I can look at the code and see if there's anything weird going on.